Okay, everybody, here we are with the fourth quarter of the Alabama 8A game. I meant to get it to you earlier, but I was a bit busy. But here it is, just the last thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you guys think at the end of the video. I'm going to jump right in. So here we are at the start of the fourth quarter. J.K. Scott, 13-minute 57-second mark. He hits a short field goal. It actually looked pretty good at that moment. But then he misses two later on, which is sad. But luckily, we have a kicker coming in the summertime who's going to probably get the job. He's a very talented guy, and everyone's looking forward to him coming in on campus. All right. And then I just wanted to point this out. If you saw Jonah Williams at the game, they did a close-up on him here in the fourth quarter. At 301 pounds, he looks pretty fit. I love to see offensive linemen that look fit because that means they can move, they can get in position, and it was just good to see. And not kind of overweight or not being able to distribute his weight well. But Jonah Williams does not do that, and he looks like a really good offensive lineman. Just had to point that out. At the 13-minute 10-second mark, Tua still coming in with the Crimson team, which was the first team offense here. We did a run up the middle, and it was stuffed. At the 12-minute, which is good for the defense. Like I said, the run defense is still good. I'm excited about that. The 12-minute 42nd mark, we had a blitz from the corner, and this is against Tua, and the linebacker on the right side as well. They both came from the right side. I think it was Keith Holcomb on the blitz. And they got the Tua quick, and he didn't know what to do. He saw the blitz, and they just got him. Tony Brown coming off a nickelback blitz is deadly. I don't know how teams are going to contend with that. At the 12-minute 3-second mark, the pocket push makes Tua step up and ready to scramble. He keeps his eyes downfield, which is good against the zone coverage. But he makes a mistake here. He tries to throw across his body, moving left, toward the center of the field, and it was a bad decision on his part. Because, he had Brian Robinson, the running back, number 24, on the check down right in front of him, but he didn't take it. But instead, he chose to throw down the field across his body. Freshman mistake, you got to learn from that. He also, guess I'll be calling my throat there. Also, he had plenty of room to scramble for a first down. There was just plenty of room for him to scramble to get the first down there, but he didn't take it. So he missed Robinson and check down, and he didn't scramble to get the first down. The zone also played deep, so he definitely had the time to get that scramble. At the 11-minute 5-second mark, it's another good run defense play. Defensively, they played well against the runs. The second quarter came along. Early in the game, it was a little bit of run in there, but they got it there. And that's the second string defense there. Second string defense was really stout against the run all day. For the most part, in the second half. Jamar King, Joshua Frazier, and others, they were out there on the second team. And I thought it was interesting that Josh Frazier played most of his minutes with the second team. So I'm wondering what's going to be the rotation or whether or not this is just an 8A game thing. So we'll see what happens. At the 10-minute 30-second mark, Mac Jones takes a shot up the field to T.J. Simmons, number 16. And this is Mac Jones with the second string offense, of course. And he was guarded by Shaheem Carter. Shaheem Carter was a true freshman last year who stepped in during the Ole Miss game and played nickelback when a guy went down with an injury. He played pretty well, actually. And to see him now coming out and playing again, he's definitely taking a step up, but he's contending with a lot of those cornerbacks who are above him. But he was playing outside corner. He was playing corner on this particular series, and I think from this point on, actually, on T.J. Simmons. And Carter actually played pretty well. Some pretty sticky coverage. He was right on him. But Simmons couldn't pull away, so Carter was right there and played well. Used his hands well, which Trevon Diggs is not doing. And it was an excellent throw by Jones, though. He got the ball out there, and he led him up and had the ball on top of him. He put the ball right on the basket, basically, whereas Simmons was trying to Simmons would have been able to catch the ball over the shoulder. But Shaheem Carter got there and prevented him from extending his body well. And the thing is, he got one hand on it, and I think the other hand may have been held by Shaheem Carter a little bit. So Shaheem Carter with the veteran defensive playbook right there, holding the arm down, not allowing him to get it up for the catch. At the 9-minute 52-second mark, there's another shot to Simmons, and this time on the left side of the field, and there was no pass rush by the second string defense, so that was a little scary, and it was good pass protection. But Levi Wallace, I love calling this man name. Every time I mention his name in this analysis, it's been something good, or been making a tackle, or not just giving up a big play, which I love that about Levi Wallace. Had Simmons covered up, and it was an easy INT, stepped right in front of it and got the interception. 9-minute 35-second mark, Hurts is back in. They sent a similar blitz to the one that they sent on Tua with the nickelback and the linebacker coming through. But Hurts got rid of it quickly to Jadarius Townsend. Townsend played a lot in the first string here in the latter ends of the game. But Tony Brown disrupted it as it came out, and the ball got tipped. But Hurts still had the arm strength to get the ball over there. But it hit the ground, and he wasn't able to Townsend wasn't able to catch the ball. Even if he had, though, Minkah Fitzpatrick was in the area and was getting ready to close in on the tackle. But the excellent job by Hurts to just get rid of it and be aware of the blitz coming. Yeah, and that's why I noticed Brown is extremely effective on the nickelback blitz. When he blitzes, he gets there in a hurry because he runs that 4.340, and he's big too. Man, 6 feet tall, so it's going to be a deadly weapon to use with Jeremy Pruitt. At the 9-minute 10-second mark, it was a good start on the run blocking, but the defensive players covered their gaps really, really well. They played the gaps. Like the offensive line got a little bit of push to start, but then Deron Payne covered up the gap. The backside defensive end had his gap covered up, and the outside was cut off, so there was nowhere for the running back to go. Like I said, you should have saw Deron Payne get off his block. That man's a monster, and I'm going to love watching him play this year again. At the 8-minute 45-second mark, maybe it was an RPO, and the reason why I say this is because the right tackle didn't touch Rashaan Evans as he came right in for a sack. So I'm assuming it was going to be like a, pretend to run and then throw the ball because the right tackle just went right for the inside tackle instead of going for Evans. And he came right off the edge, and it was too easy. So I wasn't sure what happened on that play. And then, of course, they had to get the ball back. And Tua came back in on the white team, so here he is back with the second string again after he wasn't holding up too well against those blitzes. At the 7-minute 45-second mark, the defense was in a nickel. Shaheem Carter at corner again, and it was a good step up in the pocket. So Tua stepped up in the pocket to avoid the rush instead of running away because Terrell Hall was coming in fast like a missile. And he took a shot to number 4, who was on Carter, who Carter was guarding. And it was good coverage, though. Shaheem Carter played it well again. And then also safety number 3, I don't know who he is at the moment, got over the top of him. So we had Shaheem Carter guarding, playing good coverage, and he had the safety to prevent the ball going over the head. So good play by the defense. They played that well. Nobody had to beat. At the 7-minute 10-second mark, it was more good run defense by the second team as they continued to stock up the run plays there. At the 6-minute 32-second mark, Jamie Mosley came off the edge pass. He's number 16, so if you go and watch that play, he just zipped. They didn't, like, when I'm saying he got some zipping off the edge, they weren't really getting to the quarterback, but they put the tackles in their, like, cement shoes, and they had to force them wide. It's just good plays by the quarterbacks to step up and find the outlet. This is probably what they've been taught to do because this defense is fast. Number 70, Alex Leatherwood. He is the one who was getting consistently beat by Terrell Hall and Jamie Mosley. So he's the true freshman, big tackle that we recruited 5-star. And this is why he's not in that starting, why he's not projected to start, because he can't keep up with these guys yet. They're abusing him out there, as you can see during this game. So don't expect to see Alex Leatherwood starting this year, like former 5-star tackles we've had come in. The 5-minute 32-second mark. Good pass protection by the first string offensive line. Hurts finds the check down. So that was good. It was a good play. At the 5-minute 3-second mark, it was a heavy blitz. Oh, yeah, the reason why that was good because there was nothing open up the field. and Hurts didn't force it, didn't just decide to take off and run either, but he found a check down and allowed him to get some yards on his own. So that's a good play. We need that. 5-minute, 3-second mark. It's a heavy blitz on the right side of the offensive line, and it was destroyed. And I think Hassanauer, number 63, was at center as well, so we didn't have Bradley Bozeman in. Cotton, I believe, was the right guard, and I think Womack was at right tackle. I'm not exactly sure. Couldn't see the numbers too well, but they had no chance as Tony Brown, again, comes off the edge, as well as we had a linebacker blitz. At this time, I think it was number 40 or whoever that is, and they got through there like nothing, like Swiss cheese, made the right side of the offensive line look pathetic. Hurts rose to the left, but he found his check down. So once again, another check down. He didn't force the ball, didn't seek to immediately run, but he checked the ball down and passed it to him. So that's good signs of an evolving passer. 4-minute, 20-second mark, the defense played off coverage in the nickel, and Trevon Diggs was on Ridley. Mistake. Not kidding. But seriously, though, Trevon Diggs, whenever Trevon Diggs got in a one-on-one matchup, they attacked it, and here it is again on the right sideline. At the 4-minute, 20-second mark, Hurts takes the one-on-one matchup. He threw it perfectly in the breadbasket to Ridley. And not only did he throw it up the field, but he threw it to the right toward the sideline, only where Ridley can get it out in front of him, so Ridley was able to catch it over the shoulder, go into the right, and get the touchdown. It was an amazing throw by Jalen Hurts. Probably one of the best throws he's thrown. It was pretty good. It really didn't have to wait on it, really just adjusted, going to the right, and that's what you needed to see out of that play. Yeah, that was impressive. If you want to see that play, it's the 4-minute, 20-second mark of the fourth quarter. Go see it. Now, at the 4-minute, 3-second mark, Tua he comes in and he's back in the game at the second team. And he takes the check down as the defense plays deep, which is a good decision. He didn't try to force it, didn't try to throw across his body, takes the check down. At the 3-minute, 37-second mark, Tua on the hurry up, because they're trying to hurry up and get points now that the game's slowing down, threw a check down to Harris, who got the first down. It was good, just more check downs, not trying to force the ball deep. It was just sometimes what you get out of true freshmen. The 2-minute, 35-second mark, the pass rush from the D-line was amazing. They immediately got to Tua Tagovailoa. He had no chance. The offensive linemen all got beat, all of them. So that's a promising thing to see. And that was out of the second string line. So cool. 2-minute, 4-second mark. It was 4th and 11. Tua, he threw it high, but Leatherwood got turned around and had to hold Jamie Mosley as he streaked by. Jamie Mosley went right by Alex Leatherwood. Right by Alex Leatherwood. He had no chance. And Tua had to get rid of it. And he threw it to Xavier Marks, who's short. So it was kind of hard to pass to make anyway. But, yeah, Alex Leatherwood should have got a holding call on that play, but he didn't. It didn't matter, but he should have got a holding call. Because he grabbed Jamie Mosley, I think even by the face mask, and turned him around trying to stop him from getting there. So that was an amazing example of Jamie Mosley's athleticism. So that's a good play to go watch and see what I mean. At the 1-minute, 58-second mark, Hurts back out there. And once again, Tony Brown on the nickelback blitz. But this time, they adjusted. Josh Jacobs picks it up, and Hurts has his time. But unfortunately, it was either a bad throw or miscommunication with Derek Keefe on the right sideline because the ball was behind a little low, and Derek Keefe was like turning around toward the inside of the field instead of toward the outside. So I don't know what happened on that play. But good job picking up the blitz. Josh Jacobs is really good at the backfield, a third down back type role. 1-5-3 at the 1-minute, 53-second mark. It's an unfair blitz, just so unfair by the defensive coordinator, Jeremy Pruitt, to do this to the offense. He had Tony Brown from the nickelback blitz again on one side, and then he had Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, who's amazing with amazing speed, on the other side, and the offense stood a chance. They both got in the backfield in a flash, and yeah, it was too easy. At the 1-minute, 40-second mark, Anthony Jennings, number 33, slid right past Womack. So Womack got beat. It was easy. He used his hands and got right past Womack. And Jacobs. He got right past Josh Jacobs, too. He fought through both of them, although they didn't provide much resistance. and got the sack. So that's really promising because Anthony Jennings is probably going to be slated to get a lot of playing time this year. He's probably going to be more of the power rusher as opposed to the finesse streaking by Terrell Hall, Jamie Mosley type rusher. Tua had time when we were at the 1 minute 27-second mark. Tua had time, but he throws it high to Xavier Marks. And that was another example. Xavier Marks is short, so it's real hard to get that down. At the 104 mark, Womack actually stays in front of Christian Miller here, so this is a good sign. So that's actually an example of he doing something right. But Christian Miller's bend, and why I mean bend, when you see Jack linebacking rushers, they come down, they drop their shoulder, and they get around the tackle. He had a really, really good bend, and he was able to actually get there and get underneath and strip the ball from Tua, or was it Mac Jones? I don't remember exactly, but yeah, they stripped the ball and got it. So great play. No, that was first string. That was Jalen Hurts. He stripped it on Jalen because Christian Miller was able to get around the edge and get some bend, even though Jalen stepped up. So that shows you how athletic Christian Miller is. 57-second mark. Great pass protection by the offensive line. And Jalen Hurts, amazing throw, smart. This shows his progression as a passer too. Throws to Calvin Ridley against the cover two. So if you know anything about cover two, you got two safeties over the top, and you got your linebackers and the cornerbacks playing zones across the shallow part of the field, like near the line of scrimmage and right pass in the middle. So you want to attack the cover two right in between that corner zone and then the top safety, so right in the middle. And really just ran right past the corner. The corner actually played him well and carried him up toward the safety, but then he had to stop so he can keep his zone. Jalen Hurts threw it right at that moment, and Calvin Ridley hit Calvin Ridley in the hands as Calvin Ridley had to do a slight jump for it, but Ridley dropped the ball, I'm assuming because Ronnie Harrison was about to light him up. So it was a good read by Jalen. That's a great example of Hurts making a good read and progression as a passer. So that is a good example. Even though it wasn't completed, that was a good example of what you need to do. Unfortunately, Ronnie Harrison got the targeting call as he hit Ridley. I don't think he was targeting, but I guess Saban's wanted to teach them a lesson that be careful when you hit. So whatever. Yeah, so it was a good play. The 0 minute 44-second mark, Jacobs on a short catch gets a big gain. So I love to see Josh Jacobs just show his skill and athleticism. 32-second mark, Harrison. Oh yeah, this is one of the negatives. Ronnie Harrison, he tried to make up for his targeting call, I guess, but he was on a safety blitz. And it was a good idea to do the safety blitz, but this is where he made a mistake. He tried to cut inside of the running back and go into pass protection. That's a bad idea because when you cut inside, the quarterback can get around, which is exactly what Jalen did. Smart awareness and pocket presence by Jalen Hurts to notice that Ronnie Harrison blitzed inside instead of containing on the outside. Jalen Hurts went right around the block and went out that way. He scrambles, and he gets a big gain. And, yeah, and then finally, and so, yeah, that's what you don't want to do when you're blitzing. But finally, at the end of the game, J.K. Scott with the kick to win. It was a 30-yard kick, and it snuck in. Like, he had the power, but that thing was like, I swear, maybe Nick Saban just allowed the field goal to say yes because he didn't want to do overtime. But, yeah, that thing snuck in. But that's pretty much all I had to say about that. There's a lot of plays in here I was really impressed with from Jalen Hurts. Let me know what you guys think about those plays. If you haven't seen them yet, go see them. It's on YouTube. Somebody upload the game somewhere. And let me know what you guys think. Yeah, let me know what you're excited about. What do you think about the Florida State matchup? Anything on your mind? Thanks for paying attention. See you all next time.